Hello guys, I am back with another video and today I am going to show you a game which was played in the year 1877 between Johannes Zukertort and an unknown player. And one key thing that I would like to highlight about this game is that when Zukertort was playing this game, he was blindfolded. So let's see how strong he was during that time. The game started with the move e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6 and f4. So white goes for the Vienna game. And the idea is very clear over here. If black ever captures this pawn, then white can play this move e5, and as you can see it is highlighted over here. This knight cannot move to any of these squares because these squares are actually in control by the white pieces. So it is pretty much forced for this knight to move back to this g8 square. So after the move knight g8, white can play the move knight f3, and if you carefully look at this position, then white has got enough compensation for the gambitted pawn, and if white falls, then he can play this move d4, simultaneously opening this bishop I to attack this f4 pawn and also reinforcing the center. So all in all, white would pretty much enjoy playing this position. So considering all this, after the move f4, black responded with the move d6. So maintaining the tension in the center and also reinforcing this pawn on the e5 square. Here we have the move knight f3, knight c6 and bishop c4. Again, one key thing that has to be noted over here is you cannot win this pawn on the e5 square by playing this move bishop b5. So suppose you play the move bishop b5. Here black can respond with the move bishop d7, and after captures, you think that you can win this pawn by playing this move f cross e5, d cross e5 and knight cross e5, then you are certainly wrong, because after the move f cross e5, if you carefully look at this position, then you will see that black's two pieces are actually attacking this pawn on the e4 square, and there is only one piece in the white scam that's supporting this e4 pawn. So instead of recapturing black can play this move knight cross e4, and we will have a pretty equal game from here, and there will be no pawn advantage for white in this position. So seeing all this, white just played the move bishop c4, black responded with the move bishop g4. So basically pinning this knight on the f3 square. We have castle on the king side, bishop g7, the bishop e7, d3 and knight h5. And it was in this moment where I thought that this was a bit of an inaccurate move. A better move was to castle on the king side and complete the development. But okay, black played the move knight h5, and the idea over here was to gang up on this pawn on the f4 square. Here white released the tension in the center by playing the move f cross e5. Here black responded with the move knight cross e5, and this is a kind of a critical moment in the game. I would like you guys to pause here for a moment and find the move which was played up by the white over here. Well, if you're able to find this move knight cross e5, then congratulations, you're a very great attacking player. And what can you do as in black over here? Well, if you just neglect this sacrifice on the d1 square, then you will be simply a piece down, and again the attack is simply coming towards you. So all in all, you will be piece down, and also you have to handle an attack. So it would be very bad for black. So all black can do is just accept the sacrifice and see what does white has in his pockets. So here black responded with the move bishop cross d1, and here white continued with the attack by playing the move bishop cross f7 check. So king has only one square, so we have the move king f8, bishop cross h5 check and bishop f6. Now instead of playing the bishop f6, black could have been also played the move king g8, and I would like you to show what happens if black responded with the move king g8. Here you can play this move bishop f7 check. So basically again forcing this king to come to the f8 square, where it will be in direct contact with the rook on the f1 square. So after the move bishop f7 check, king f8, and the star move king d7 check. Now as you can see over here, this king is in check and there is no move for this king to move. Well, there are no square where this king can move. So basically this move is forcing this queen to capture this knight on the d7 square. So after the move queen cross d7, white can play this move bishop e3 check. So simultaneously hitting the queen and also giving check to the black king. Here black can continue with the move king e8 and white can play the move bishop cross d7 check, king cross d7, and afterwards white can certainly regain the piece by playing the knight cross d1 or rook cross d1, and it will be simply a piece and a pawn up for the rest of the game. So instead of playing the move king g8, black just played the move bishop f6. And again in this position I would like you guys to pause here for a moment and guess the move which was played by the white over here. Well, the move which was played in the position was the move rook cross f6. And there are many options for the black over here. One thing is to just simply recapture back this rook by playing this move g cross f6. So first of all, we are going to have a look at this move, which is the move queen cross f6. So what if black plays this move queen cross f6? Well, as in white, you can certainly play the move knight d7 check, forcing the king as well as the queen. And after the move king e7, you can just simply take the queen. So if here black king takes this knight, then you can just recapture this bishop on the d1 square. Or if instead of taking this knight, if black tries to capture this bishop on the h5 square, then again you can recapture this bishop by playing this move knight cross h5. And at the end of the transaction, you will be having 3 pieces and a pawn for a rook. So it would be pretty easy to win in this position. And the another move that I would like to consider after the move rook cross f6 is the move king g8. And again in this position you can play the move bishop f7 with the same idea of luring the black king to come to the f8 square, and after the move king f8 you can play this quiet move, that is the move rook f5. And the idea over here is if black ever captures this knight on the e5 square, that is d cross f e5, then white can play the move bishop b3 check, king e8, and rook cross e5 check. And if black king ever comes to this file, then white can play this move rook d5 check, winning the queen. So it is pretty much forced for the black king to come to the f8 square. And here one thing that white has to be careful in this position is the move d4 check. So here white can play this move bishop e3. So basically pairing this threat of queen coming to this d4 check, simultaneously hitting this king as well as this rook, and also simultaneously attacking this bishop on the d1 square. So as you can see, this bishop doesn't have many squares to go, and there is only one square where this bishop can go. So after the move bishop g4, white can play this move rook f1 check, and as you can see over here, there is no option for this king to move. So basically you have to just block this check with any of the pieces. And if you just block with this bishop, then again rook takes bishop will renew the threat, and the threat remains the same. So the only move in the game we have is the move queen f6. But again in this position white can play the move bishop c5, and this is a checkmate. So considering all this, after the move rook cross f6, black responded with the move g cross f6. Here white come into the position by giving this check bishop h6 check. And again in this position there is only one move there is only one place where king can go, because if this king moves to this g8 square, then this bishop f7 is checkmate, and here black king moved to this e7 square. Here white played the move knight d5 check, king e6, bishop f7 check, king cross e5. And I would like you guys to pause here for a moment and guess the final move which was played by the Zukertort in this position. Well, the move which was played in the game is the move c3. And if you carefully look at this position, then you'll just find out that you just cannot stop this checkmate on this f4 square. If you just play this move f5, then again you cannot stop this checkmate on this f4 square, because this square is actually guarded by this knight. So basically the idea behind the c3 move was removing the square for the running of this black king. So what do you think about this game? Well, if you do like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and your suggestions will be highly appreciated in the comment section below. Do subscribe to my channel as more videos are coming. Thank you.